Good afternoon. I am doing another video. I'm just gonna answer a few questions that people have asked me in the past, so I'll just get straight to the point. One of the questions is, how long were you in foster care? My answer always to that since the age of 12. Um, the second question I had been asked was, what was the hardest part about being in foster care? Um, well, for that question, there's many answers to that. So I'll just give you a few. Being taken from your family, or from my family, and to be honest, was the hardest part of my life. The separation and the depression and the anxiety that came along with that. Um, when I aged out of foster care, one of the things I struggled with was not knowing where I was going to live, not knowing if I was going to have a roof over my head or a place to lay that night. So, I mean, a few things a lot of foster kids are going to go through in their life is separation, depression, and for the foster kids that move home to home, that can get worse over time. So these are things that foster parents and state representatives and people that allow CPS to come into our life and take us away from our family need to understand. They can't just say we're bad kids. They need to actually understand and get to the root of the problem. So if that means, getting therapists and therapy for the kids, then that's something they really should do, because if you don't, a lot of foster kids by the age of 18, 19, they usually end up in jail. There are other paths other than jail. So if the adults in the situation actually stand up and take ownership of them taking us from our family, then we would be able to do more. As young youth, we are the next generation of people that will be living, and having to inherit this world. So things what I think needs to happen is, I think they need to reevaluate all the costs and money that they're putting towards stuff that doesn't really matter, and put it towards their youth, put it towards us. Like how we get an education training voucher for school is 2,500 one semester, 2,500 the other. But after the age of 21, we no longer have access to that. I think that needs to be a priority in the next coming years to change that, and the payback, and to pay other foster kids that turned 21 and weren't able to access that, all that money that we should be able to access, but we're not able to because we turned 21. I feel that they should at least give us a portion of that money, even if we've turned 25 already. Just giving us free schooling is not enough. We need to have free medical care until the age of 30 at least, to get us through those tough years. Our 20s are going to be the toughest years of our life. So I recommend that our state government or governor looks into that and reaches out to Congress on our behalf to change those laws, change those rules, to try to get us that better support and education, especially here in San Antonio. There's not many, aging out places for us as youth. After we turn 21, we're pretty much on our own. And I feel like they need to raise that and change that, because I'm 23 now and I still don't have everything together. Yes, I'm on my feet. Yes, I have a place to live, a job. But do I like what I do? Do I like working where I work? Yes, but sometimes I wish I could do something more. Um, and having those resources would have really helped, that I don't have, and I still don't have. But if we can make that change, then I feel like a lot of things will come um, in the future. So getting that benefit of being in foster care, I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. I know the ins and outs of everything. I know when something's not right. I know when young youth are not being treated correctly. And I know that there should be an even heavier screening process on foster parents. Not just anybody should be able to become a foster parent. Yes, you can say there's all these other resources and things that are supposed to rule that out, but I don't believe that they're doing enough to prevent foster kids, especially the ones that are 8, 9, and younger, from being treated badly, abused, sexually assaulted, mentally, physically abused, stuff like that. I think they really need to step up the laws and the regulations on that, especially. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here today. I will be back tomorrow with another video to go ahead and, talk more into all the things that we go through as foster kids. I'm just trying to bring, pretty much, I'm just trying to bring, trying to think of the word here. I'm pretty much trying to shine a light on all the corruption and the wrongdoings that foster the foster care system is doing to us. When I turned 21, I was on my own. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a roof over my head. But then, yes, the Through Project did step in when I turned 22 to help me. I wish that I came sooner, but everything happens for a reason. I know I had to go through that part of my life to understand everything in life. Feel free to comment in my comment section if you have any questions. I'll be glad to answer that for you. Other than that, you have a wonderful night. And again, my name is Jacob.